They come in with a fucking jukebox. When we said bring a speaker, we was thinking a Beats Pill. You're inviting all these guys that you don't and aren't going to see. You have a curfew. There's some bullshit that's finna happen. So he hangs up the phone. He's like, they coming up here. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm feeling bun or ponytail. Everybody been like, yo, ponytail's been ponytailing. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with another video. I know, y'all probably tired of this quality, but again, I'm back home. I'm going home tomorrow. No, I'm going home today. I don't know how I'm confused, which is why you see my shit packed right here. But I just want to tell y'all this story time because it crossed my mind and I was like, oh my gosh, I should tell y'all the story time. So welcome back to my channel. Today I am back with another video. As you can tell, there's a lot going on. Maybe I want to put my robe on, extra pink. My mama got me this robe. I was going to sit down on my bed. As you can see, I kind of redid my room. Today I'm back with another story time and I just want to tell y'all this story time because I don't know what I'm going to make the title, but I'm here to tell a story time about the time that I almost got arrested. I got kicked out of a hotel. Yeah, let me get into the story because why not? Y'all know I lived a very crazy childhood. Y'all know I lived a crazy childhood. Like, I don't know how to explain it to y'all. I lived a crazy ass childhood. I did so much shit, as you could tell from my story times on this channel. There's no beating around the bush when it comes to me. Clearly, I acted out like I had no sense when I was younger. So this is the story that just proves my point. Like, it just proves my point. I almost went to jail. It was a mess. Like I said, ignore the mess back here because I can move it off my bed, but I don't want to. I feel like, why do I have to hide what's going on? I'm going back to school, so y'all see my shit. Anyway, like I was saying, let's get into the story time now because the story time is really just out of pocket. And I mean, I am an out of pocket bitch, so yeah. I was in 10th grade. This all happened in 10th grade, y'all, because like I said, I had no goddamn sense. So in 10th grade, I had a fair friend group, right? And I mean, I still got the friend group. We just used to have things. If you from New York, you know what it's called. It's called a telly. We used to have tellies all the time. Now, y'all might think tellies happens where it's like thought activities, but not our tellies. Our tellies very much consisted of getting shit-faced. You know, we getting shit-faced, but we sitting here telling our family like, oh yeah, like we going to sleepovers with each other. You know, our parents just thinking we bougie children and want to have hotel sleepovers instead of in the crib sleepovers. No, we was throwing hotel parties. Our friend group, it was 7 of us. We used to just call each other like 7 out of 7. It's very corny. We made the shit when we was like in 8th grade, bro. It just lasted. You know, that's what the city, I guess, that's what everybody knew us by. You know, it was just that was it. Everybody knew us by 7 out of 7. So me and my friends used to throw tellies, and the first one we ever had, it calls Wrecking Hell. And I will tell y'all that story, but it was just a lot that happened, and I just feel like it's not for y'all to know. But the first one happened in 9th grade. My friend was having a birthday party. Well, it was for her 16th birthday. And no, it actually wasn't. It was for her 15th birthday. I was 15 in tellies drinking. We tried to have one like at least once a year or just like on a very special occasion. And it usually happened on this person's birthday, but this time it didn't happen that way. So this specific time, you know, we had our second telly, which I wasn't able to attend because unfortunately my mom was like, you're not going. Like, you're not going. I don't know what her problem was, but she told me I couldn't go. So I missed one of our tellies. I was living in Connecticut and they were living in New York, the Bronx. Y'all ain't know I'm from the Bronx. Anyways, I'm from Mount Vernon, but a lot of y'all just don't know where Mount Vernon is when it's literally like, this is Mount Vernon, this is the Bronx. You could literally walk to the Bronx from Mount Vernon or walk to Mount Vernon from the Bronx, but y'all don't know where that's at. So I don't be trying to explain it to y'all because y'all be from Texas and shit. And who the fuck from Texas?
But it's all good. It's all good.
Shout out to y'all. My mom didn't let me go to the second one. So I was like, I gotta make the third one. So the third one, we was gonna live it up. Usually we had went to this one, but one of the girls' mom, the girl who's having the party, her mom worked there. And we almost got her mom fired because her mom got us a hotel. You know, we was thinking this was going to be the shit and we was lit. But then someone came knocking on the door and was like, y'all gotta go. And who the fuck parent is in charge of this shit? Because I'm calling the police. Just so happened she worked for the hotel. Anyway, so she came in and we just decided, yeah, let's not ever book the same hotel brand that she work at because that's just not smart. So we had went to this one plaza. We had asked her mom. Her mom usually Telly was the one who booked it for us all the time. So we had asked her mom, was like, hey, can you book us a hotel? I don't know if her mom knew exactly what we was doing in the hotel, but I feel like she had a kind of good idea. But her mom was the cool mom. I fuck with her mom. I still love her mom. Love for her. So I was like, her mom is the cool mom. We always ask her because my mom don't play that shit on her channel. We don't play that shit on my channel. My mom would have been like, no. Everybody else's mom would have been like, no. So her mom was just like, yeah, sure, of course. So we decided to book this one hotel that was like right around the corner from the girl's mom's house, and it was in like a plaza. Like it was like in the shopping plaza. We was like, oh, that's a perfect place because we usually go out to eat first before we go to the Tellys. We usually go out to eat and then we go in the hotel and get lit. So we was like, let's have it in this hotel. But the way this hotel is set up, it was perfect because when we went to hotels, we booked hotels where like if hella people walk in, you do not see them walking in. But this hotel was fake expensive. Like I'm not gonna lie, it was literally hella expensive. We were just like, you know, we're gonna come with the money, we're gonna be bougie bitches, and we're gonna book this hotel because it's convenient for everybody. And the closer it is to home, the more people we get to come. That's the problem right there. That's the problem. We were birds. Like we wanted mad people there. And I mean, so what? Like it's fun. The second one, it was just them. It was them as a friend group who went. And then the first one, it was hella people there, which that's why we ended up getting in trouble. So the third one, we was like, we definitely have to live it up and we have to invite hella people. So T's mom was like, okay, we're gonna book the hotel and blah, blah, blah. So she books it. She checks us in. Me and T walk in because me and T look like, we don't look like no more. But when we was younger, I feel like we have more similarities. Me and T was like, okay, we gonna walk in as her children and then she's gonna give us a key and it's not gonna look weird when she leaves because, you know, to get back to her car, she would have to walk through the front door and not through the plaza because it would be too hot. So they were like, oh, make sure, you know, like you have to be in here with your children and all that stuff. So her mom was like, okay, good, whatever, you know, but her mom had all intentions to drive like 7 minutes away and go home. She had no reason to be here. There was no intention on her staying. So after we have all of the rest of our friends, 5 other friends go through the plaza because there's a plaza door and then there's the elevator. So these are the elevators and then this is the plaza door. So the elevator is on the side of the wall and you can literally like just shimmy your ass. Girl,
what the fuck is you talking about?
You know, and go to the elevator that way. That's the, like, literally you will not be seen, which is the perfect plan because we knew we were inviting hella people. So, while we're doing that, you know, we always invited hella people prior to the fact. We had like our selective few of guys who we invite, and then we had like, they could potentially come. We never had a 100% answer because these boys, these are hood. They don't move by plans, they move by vibes. You know what I mean? But they usually always want to come to our Tellys before. So we was like, this is the perfect opportunity to invite them because they never came to our past ones. This would be the one they come to now, right? So personally, me, I'm the type of bitch who wants the alcohol, the everything there when I get there. I'm not gonna wait on somebody to bring it. I don't rely on men to bring nothing. I will buy my own bottle. I will buy my own things, right? I can probably say this because I'm grown, but like I had this mindset since, again, I was 15 when this happened. So since I was 15, which is a shame, but it's true. I mean, it ain't no denying it. I had the same mindset since I was 15. I personally feel like you should bring your own bottles if you're having your own parties. So one of my friend's boyfriends, we can name her Y. Y's boyfriend used to be the one to bring the alcohol for everybody because I don't know where he got it from. Honestly, I don't care. It was irrelevant. As long as my dude say was in the hotel, I did not care. I was telling all of them, like, tell him to bring the alcohol. But they were saying since we invited so many guys, like all the people, all my friends, like my 6 friends were like, since we invited so many guys, we just told them to bring bottles. And on top of that, one of the guys, let's just name the guy friend group who we invited. So many of their members of their friends group were either trying to fuck with or fucking with my friend group. And I had a crush on one of the guys who was coming. So they were like, since he is coming, he literally drinks all the time. He'll just bring bottles. But he did say, he was like, I'll bring Henny, I'll bring this, I'll bring that. That Henny bottle will get us in so much trouble later. But just keep this in mind. Keep in mind that they're supposed to be bringing the alcohol, right? So T invites her other friend. T invites a friend that's not a part of 7 out of 7. She invites someone who we don't really fuck with, but we don't have beef with. We just don't fuck with her. Like, I don't know. I personally don't fuck with her, but that's T's best friend. So I was like, oh yeah, T, you know, do your thing, invite her, I guess. Like, I don't really care what you do. Her best friend couldn't spend the night. We're gonna name her best friend White. Her best friend comes to the Telly, and like, when we checked in, we all settled in, and we just like, we lit. I'm calling the Telly, just know when I say Telly, the hotel. Hotel equals Telly. It's the same thing. Just keep that in mind. So T's mom is like, okay, I'm gonna leave because I don't need to be here no more. But I was like, you're not gonna take White because White can't spend a night. So I'm like, you're not gonna take White because I don't necessarily fuck with White, and neither do anybody else. And like, White is like that person who is just like a boy crazy person. So it's like, you don't really want to have to deal with that when it comes to tellies like this, because she the type of person to get us kicked out. Keep that in mind. Anyway, like I was saying, so we was just like, you're not gonna bring White because we all don't fuck with White. Please bring her back home. And White was a boy crazy person, you know. So I'm not gonna get too much of her because I still don't like her, but White was definitely a boy crazy person. So we were just like, okay, can you bring her please? Because we know she's about to invite mad people that she's not even going to be staying here to see. Like, we know she's about to invite all these guys because, you know, she was a very pretty girl. So like, if she says, oh, I'm in a hotel, boys will be jumping at the opportunity to be like, okay, let's go see her. And this isn't the telly she's going to be doing that at. We had our selected people who we was about to be bringing. So we was like, please bring her home. But T's mom was like, oh no, I'll come get her later. And we was like, so then we let her stay. She's staying for a little bit. We go get some stuff. Me and my friends, we ended up getting mad at them because we was just gonna order Domino's. Me, Sade, and Paige got mad at them because we was gonna get Domino's, but then they ended up going to get Shake Shack, and then they were just being really annoying. So me, Sade, and Paige like separated ourselves from them, and we went to go get shit for the telly, meaning like snacks, drinks, chasers, chips, and shit. So there was a Stop and Shop in the same plaza of the hotel, which the hotel is in a plaza. So we decided to just walk across and go to the Stop and Shop and then just bring all the stuff back. So that's what we was doing while the other 4 of them just went about their business with White and all that jazz. So I guess when we wasn't with White, she invites hella people. So we're like, okay, you're inviting all these guys that you don't and aren't going to see because you have a curfew. So you have to be home by 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. The party don't start until about 10, which is past your curfew. So why are you inviting all these people? So me and Sade and Paige is in this grocery store talking our shit because we like, you invited all these people. Who is going to be entertaining these people? Like, this is not going to be, oh, since you left your man or left your man's, everybody else got to entertain them, because it's just not that. And the people who we're inviting, we don't even know. So we really was ready for White to get the fuck. Going to Stop and Shop, we buy hella juice, we buy hella snacks, we buy hella everything. We bring it back and we talking our shit. We like, and when they come back in this room, we ain't giving them nothing. They better not touch our shit. They better not touch our drink. They better not touch anything. Whole time when they get back in the room and White was officially gone, we was like, thank God. Hey y'all, let's party, let's party. So now, since I told them to get a call to get the everything, and they were like, no, we're sitting in the hotel sober, and usually we be pre-gaming, we pop open our bottles first and then we get the drinking and everything. But it seems as though they relied on Y's boyfriend, and Y's boyfriend wasn't even coming. So where's the bottles? So now we had to wait on this friend group to arrive. So we're all calling them and stuff, and we're like, where are y'all? Like, when are y'all coming? Because we were hella sober and it was just not given. And then someone was like, okay, do someone got WEED? Are y'all gonna bring that? So we invite our like friend group, because the group of guys that we were inviting, I still didn't give them a name. Let's name them Blue. Are they crip? We invite like our regular guy friends, because this friend group was like older than us by like 2 years or a year, something like that. So like, you know, they're older than us. They like drive, they do shit like that. Didn't even have a permit. None of us drove in our friend group. So we just waiting on them to like come with the stuff. Guy friend groups who are our age and like, you know, in our grade and stuff, and who we talk to on a daily basis, who we go to class with and shit, they smoke all the time. But like, I didn't, but they did. So like, cause I didn't live in New York, I lived in Connecticut. So I was just like, oh, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Light it up, you know what I mean? So they pull up and then they're all like, oh yeah, like, where's the licks? They're like, what's going on here? And I'm like, I told y'all. So I start talking my shit, because I really was irritated at the fact that like they was trying to rely on people to bring stuff. I supply my own stuff. I supply my own things. That's the only way it's gonna work. So I'm talking my shit and I'm like, this is why I told y'all to just let's get, I would have put up money for it. I would have paid for it, but they was being cheap, and they was like, oh no, I don't want to pay for it if they're gonna bring their own. And I'm like, it doesn't matter, the more the better. Em gets mad at me, one of the girls in the friend group, and she's like, shut the fuck up, like you're being mad, annoying, blah blah blah. Why are we acting as if this is okay? It's not that serious. And I'm like, it is that serious, because I came all the way here and I'm ready to get lit, and then there's nothing to get lit off of. Eventually we get over the attitude. We had an attitude in the hotel. We was all sitting there sober, just quiet, not talking. And then that's when it happens, y'all. Everything goes the fuck wrong. We get a call on the phone and we're like, yo, we're downstairs. I don't know who they called. I think they called Sade and Paige. I never went downstairs to get the guys because I know them, but like I have anxiety. I'm not doing that. So I was like, you can go get them. So Sade and Paige go downstairs and they're like going to get friends and everything. And they come upstairs. And when they walk upstairs, I'm counting heads and I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's hella people walking in. Mind you, we still got white friends who she invited trying to come. So we like, where are y'all going? We don't know y'all, so stay where the fuck you at. So she invites one of the guys who ends up being friends groups with Blue, a guy in their friend group who we weren't inviting because we knew he does a lot, and we was just like, we're not trying to get kicked out. Please, you know what I mean? Please do not come. Please do not bring him, etc. Everybody in the friend group literally was like, yo, let me bring my mans. And we're like, do not bring that mans because your mans does a lot and nobody wants to deal with that. Is it a story time if I don't come looking crazy on camera? It's not, by the way. Anyway, so I mixed up the story. I didn't mix it up, but I just left out a detail. So this specific friend is a part of the Blue gang. The Blue member gang, he's a friend of them. But we did not want him here because he does not know how to act. So we were like, we're not trying to get kicked out. But since White told him, oh yeah, you can come, even though she was not staying, he was under the impression that he was going to be coming with his friends. So they hung out prior to the telly, and then after they did what they did, which I think they were at a party, they were going to be pulling up to our telly with him, and they were like, we already have him in the car with us, why can't we bring him? And we're like, no. But they're like, so why you invite him? But we did it. It was White. He ended up coming. Spoiler alert. They're like walking in, and like it's a lot of them because they do have a big friend group. My man walked in, and he didn't know he was my man, but he should have known he was my man. He walked in, and I was just like, time to go, y'all. I didn't care about nothing. It was not my responsibility no more. Usually I'm the person who's just like, shh, shut up, be quiet, shh, shut up, be quiet. One of our main guy friends, he's just as bad, but he's in the opposite gang from this group, but he's there. So he's like talking his shit a little bit about the people who we invited, and they start like not tussling, but they like going back and forth. Like he's talking his shit, and they like, yo, I know you, like what you trying to do, like blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So we had to calm that situation down. We have to calm that down because we're like, it's too much going on. By now we got about 10 guys in the hotel room, and it's 6 girls, 1 guy in our friend group. So he's uncomfortable. He's like, yo, it's too many guys around, blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, you just got to deal with it because we here to be thoughts. So all the guys come, and like all my friends are starting to boo up with the people, and I'm just trying to be that bitch. They like, yo, you know how to roll? I'm like, no, but you could teach me how to do everything. One of the guys who I didn't want, and I'm pretty sure he didn't want me because we kind of grew up together, like not together, but like our families know each other, and it's just weird. Like it's just hella weird. Like no, he was like, oh, let me teach you how to roll. So he was a dealer. He pulls out a big ass Ziploc bag of marijuana. Mary Jane. He pulls it out like it was just nothing. He showed me this. I'm sitting next to him. I'm like laughing and shit. And he's just like, it's crazy because you grew up with me and now this is what I'm doing. I'm like, that's a fact. This is what you're doing. And you know, our parents want to be found at this activity. My friends is macking with their boyfriends. Someone in the corner making out. So my friends is in the bathroom. They smoking. The guy who brought the in the Ziploc bag, the big ass Ziploc bag, like them freezer Ziploc bags, he also brought a big ass bottle of Henny. Keep this in mind, the Henny bottle was like the size of my head, probably bigger. It was enough to feed a lot of people. And also someone rolls in, one of the guys who was coming for Sade rolls in, and because we told them bring a speaker because you know we supposed to listen to music, they come in with a fucking jukebox. When we said bring a speaker, we was thinking a Beats pill. So we looking at them, we're like, you not plugging music into that. He's like, why not? So he plug it in, he starts blasting music. We're like, yeah, we're about to get kicked out. Mind you, the hotel was a no smoking room. None of the rooms were smoking. It was a no smoking hotel. This is where we fumbled. One of the guys is teaching me how to roll. And also I'm looking at my baby father in the corner. I'm like,
I can't wait to talk to you later. Like, come on.
Not my baby father, but like, you get the gist. Like my little boo stinker that he ain't know my boo stink, but I don't care. After me and the guy, let's just name him. We're gonna name him Black. So after me and Black start rolling up and everything, he's showing me, he's like, okay, let's go smoke our shit. Like, let's go smoke your first roll. And I was like, okay, period. Like, let's go smoke it. So we go to the bathroom, and what we used to do is hot box bathroom. You go, you put a wet towel under the door, you turn on the shower, and then everybody do that. So we keep coming in and out the bathroom. And mind you, the bathroom is a sliding door. It's not one of those doors where you can slam it real quick. You gotta literally keep sliding it open and sliding it open. And so now the whole entire hotel floor smells like, because there's so many people coming in and out, because it's about 10 people now, and now we have like more guys downstairs who we like had to like ghost because they kept talking about like, oh, we're coming up, like White invited us, we're coming up, White invited us, what's the vibes? And we're like, you cannot come, you're not getting up here. So the guy who we didn't want to come in the blue friend group who White invited, he comes and he's looking for White, and White's not here because of course she has a curfew. Black is like to me, let's go in the bathroom and smoke. I'm like, okay, that's perfectly fine. So I go in there with him, but then something happens. Like, it's a lot lot of commotion out there, and we're like, let me tell them to shut up. I'm like, let me tell them to shut up. Like, they need to be quiet. So I was like, wait 1 second. I go out there, and then that's when the boy who White invited was like, yo, let's light up, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, he lights the blunt in literally the middle of the room, like as if there's not fire alarms everywhere, fire alarms. And I'm already feeling a little buzzed. So I'm like, I'm not really questioning what he's doing until I really think about it. And he puts it to my lips. And then Paige was like, no. And you could see the smoke just traveling. Mind you, Black is still in the room waiting on me. He's still in the bathroom waiting on me to come back. I'm lit. So I forgot what I even went out there to stop. And then he smoked his, and then he let it out. He put it to my lips. And I was like, no. And then my friend Paige grabs a pillow, and like literally you can see the smoke. Like the fire detector was like right here. I'm on the couch like right here. And you can see it just like, and Paige grabs a pillow, and this is Paige. So we're like, okay, nothing happened. We didn't hear no alarm, so we minded our business. We was like, you know what, whatever. So I was like, you cannot smoke in the freaking room. You need to go to the bathroom like everybody else, because I told you I was buzzed. But after that happened, I got sober. I was like, you can't do that. For what?
Give me a hug. I gotta go.
I go back in the bathroom now, and then my baby father walk in the bathroom. And as soon as Black lights the freaking spliff, as soon as Black lights the spliff, y'all, and we get a ring on the phone just ringing, and everybody was like, and then my crush walks out. He goes to the table and he picks up the phone, and he's like, hello. And you hear him like, So I'm like, what they saying? So he hangs up the phone. He's like, they coming up here. Y'all, who's coming up here? He's like, the front desk called and said that the fire alarm is set off, and they're coming up here because they need to check the room. So I'm like, you need to check the room? Oh my fucking God. So I'm panicking. We barely had any time. Everybody's trying to clean up. We trying to wipe the feet off the table. We trying to put all the stuff away. They come knocking at the door. So now my crush opens the door, and he's like, hi. And we turn off all the lights, and she's like, we need to come in. Clearly our whole floor smells like at this point. We're hella hot. Like everybody could smell it. Like everybody knows what's going on. Everybody knows what's happening. She's like, we like need to check the room because you set off the fire alarm, and the fire department's on the way along with the police. So I'm like, oh shit. Everybody starts grabbing their shit. Like all the guys are like grabbing their shit all fast. Like my friends is packing up. I'm sitting there with my crush talking to like the lady, and I'm like, what could we do? She's like, we already fined your car $200. You set off the fire alarm. She comes in the room, switches on the lights. She sees how many people's in there. Everybody starts running out. The guy in our friend group, let's just call him Jay. Jay was like, I'm gonna go for a walk. He said he was gonna go for a walk 10 minutes before the lady ended up coming upstairs. So like we're like calling him, like looking for him, and wondering where the fuck everybody's at and what the fuck is happening. Mind you, he goes home. He went home and didn't say anything. So we're like, oh my God, we have to pay this $200 fine. She is not playing with us. She is taking pictures. I'm in the picture. I'm dodging the camera and shit. My crush is like trying to talk her down, because mind you, it wasn't even his telly. Like it was not even his telly. He was like to her, oh, like, ma'am, I'm sorry, like this happened. You know, it's my 21st birthday. I'm just trying to get lit. Like, you know, things happen. I didn't know it was gonna get this far. And she's like, I totally understand you, baby. Like, you know, he trying to sweet talk her, and she's sweet talking him right the fuck back. Mind you, it's like 2 security guards and police officers standing next to her. They like the mall cops. They're not really the cops yet, but they like, what should we do? So tell me why the boy who White invited, the one who set off the fire alarm in the fucking first place, the one who did all of this, starts talking shit to the Black lady who's standing at the door, like trying to converse. The person who my crush is talking to, like, you know, trying to sweet her so that she doesn't further do the most, like call the police on us type shit. We getting kicked out. She said, y'all gotta get y'all shit and y'all gotta go. So like I'm panicking, but I'm so smacked. I'm so drunk. I'm like running around trying to grab my shit. My friends already have all their stuff. I can't find my slide. The same slides that's sitting on the floor, the Nike slides, I couldn't find them. They could have been anywhere in that hotel room, and I could not find them. And I was like, I'm about to just leave them shit. And she's coming and taking pictures of the dresser that has hella on it, that has hella shit on it. She's like, snap pictures. I'm like, shit, like it's finna go down. There's some bullshit that's finna happen. The guy that White invited starts talking shit to her for no reason. Like, I don't know if it was because he was high or if it was because he was drunk or whatever, but he's like, you black ass bitch, look at your fucking weave. Like, you look a mess. And this is why we didn't want him to come in the first place, because he has no home training. He's like, look at you look a mess, bro. Look at you look stupid, bro. Like, this, that, and the third, talking mad shit to her. So his friends are like, chill the fuck out, you're doing a lot. But like, they're the type of people where like, y'all all responsible for yourself. So now I'm panicking, because I'm like, there's a $200 fine now went automatically to T's mom's card. Like, she was like, oh, we charged the card on file. We took that money from the get-go. So I'm like, So she was like, also the fire department's outside and stuff. She's just letting us know, you're fucked. The guy White invited, when she's not even here, is wiling up the lady. And she's like, oh, I can call the police. I can call the fire department. And then my crush is like, ma'am, you don't need to do that, blah, blah, blah. So she's like, get your shit and get out. Like, now she's getting mad and she's taking pictures of us. And she's like snapping pictures. And like, I'm in one of the pictures, like probably looking for my shit. I could see her like just going to the dresser, taking pictures of the weed on the dresser, taking pictures of the weed on the floor, all of that shit. Like, it was hella everywhere, bro. And then I'm like, there's this big Henny bottle, mind you, it's the size of my head, probably bigger. I try to sweep it under the fucking bed. The bed don't have no like under part, it's just on the floor. So like, I swept it and then it just hit it and like bounced out and rolled into right in front of her. And she like takes a picture. I was like, oh shit, bro. So since the guy who I invited, let's name him Fan just is talking so much shit to her. He's like, and look at you talking about you call the police, fuck 12. I don't give a fuck about 12. I've been to jail. I don't give a, like, he's doing a lot. And like, HUD boys have home training. I don't know why we dim that down for them not to be able to have no home training, but they have home training. They just choose not to use it sometimes. Nonetheless, she's like, get the fuck out. So now it's like hella guys just running in the hotel room and the whole floor smells like it. And again, my crush is like still talking to her. He's like, I'm so sorry about this, man. Grabbing his shit. She's like, it's okay, sweetie, but your friends have to go. So now I'm standing outside with one slide on and one Ugg boot on. It is midwinter, y'all. We are freezing cold. So now we all debating if we gonna sleep in this park outside of T's crib, because we was like, we can't call T's mom and tell her that we got kicked out. This is gonna be the second hotel we got kicked out of. She's gonna be so mad at us. So we like, we just gonna sleep in the park. So we literally are like, but how we gonna get to the park? So we start looking up Ubers, we start looking up cab. We like, we have to figure out a way to come up with this money. So then the guy who was teaching how to row, we're gonna name him Ma. So Ma was like to T, if you let me take you on a date, I'll pay this shit right now, because this money comes easy to them. It don't come easy to us. These boys are like bougie boys, you know what I mean? They like the hood bougie boys though. Don't think I'm saying bougie meaning the hood bougie, you know what I mean? They ain't earn that money in the legal way. Ma's like to T, because T is really pretty, so he's like, if you let me take you on a date, I'll give y'all this money right now. And we all trying to convince T, like, T, please, just go on a date with this man, please. But T's like, I don't want him, like, ew. And we're like, you better go on this fucking date with him, because your best friend is the one why we even in this predicament. You better call that bitch for the money or go on a date with this guy. So she's like, okay, fine, I'll go on a date with you. Y'all, I have to go. So this story has to be sped up. So she's like, I'll go on a date with you. Like, of course I'll go on a date with you. And he was like, okay. And then he just pulls out a wad of cash and just slaps it in our hand. And then we call T's mom and it's like, we got kicked out of the hotel because we being rowdy. And she's like, okay, I'm on the way. When we get in the car, she's like, I knew something was gonna happen. Like, I couldn't go to sleep. I physically could not go to sleep. More of the story, we ended up almost going to jail because we was just doing a lot. Then we handed her the money. I sat in the front seat because I like to sweet talk her, T's mom, because by now I feel like she know I'm the one who just gonna be the one to convince her. I convinced her of a lot of shit. Like, every time we get in trouble, I'm the one who's like, miss, her own daughter don't be doing it. It'd be me, because she's very nice. It's nothing to be afraid about. But you know, my mom, I would have been shit in my boots, okay? So I hand her the money and she's like, okay, and we go back to her house and we literally have a sleepover at her house. So we call White and we're like, why would you invite all these guys knowing you wasn't gonna be here, blah, blah, blah. And we just hella pissed at her. We also kind of pissed at T because we just like, you let her do it. T's mom ended up knowing because she was like to T when we left, what really happened at the hotel, because none of y'all have a solid $100 bill crispy straight out the bank. And yeah, that was my story. We ended up almost going to jail because White. We ended up almost going to jail because of White and because of boy who she invited. And I gotta go because I have to go home now. So thank you so much for watching my video. This was definitely a sped up video and I love y'all. See y'all in the next one. I really do gotta go. Go get this bro from Costco. I'm leaving it home because I gotta go back to college now. Hey, bye. Subscribe too, because why are you not subscribed?